Always cut your bones with your saw, and always cut your flesh with your knife. Like I said, my name on Instagram is Bacon Stretcher, so I stretch the hell out of all my bacon. Hey guys, Stew Tayor here. I'm doing some butchering here in Barrie today. Doing some of my freestyle. Kind of like following the lines that I've learned from Salt Cured Pig, but doing some of my own stuff. I'm a chef in Stratford, sous chef at a place called Bijou, where we do a lot of farm to table stuff. You can find me at bacon.stretcher on Instagram, and also on Facebook if you want to do that.
Harry, please.
So I'm just cleaning everything up, basically like just see all the muscles and stuff.
Guys, if you want to go inside here, that's fine because
I don't want to be in front of the camera.
Maybe just a bucket or something, yeah.
We got some hot water.
Yeah, and some soap would be good.
I got a cloth, a rag.
Yeah.
Oh, if there's room over there.
Here, I'll just.
Well, somebody works at a restaurant. Or steals from them, we're not sure which.
Borrow.
Probably both.
Never steal, always borrow.
Oh, you gotta
Sometimes
give
they
back.
go back, sometimes not.
If you
Actually, the tenderloin, you just scrape it with your fingers, right?
Yeah, like a lot of this stuff, I'm not even going to use my knife. Like a lot of it will just seam out with my fingers.
55 of them.
And then cut it right
They're
here.
handy to have for sure.
Just
but
take them back.
you don't need 55, that's for sure.
You will notice that one thing is that there is a difference between Steve and myself, or Stu and myself.
Please say my name right.
Just call him John.
I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry, John.
Come on, Steve.
was Tyler.
No, I call him Tyler.
So hold on a second, what's your technique? Like this is the American style, or?
I don't know.
Butchering.
He's Canadian.
I do it stew style, I guess.
You have to
That's
remember
your
that
tenderloin?
Stu actually works in the industry as a chef. So they have a slightly different way of doing things than a traditional butcher.
Have you ever got the ones that are like store-bought? So you'll have like the little tender, then the whole tender. So it comes through, and then I'll show you, but like it's all in here.
Under 4 degrees or lower, or I wasn't allowed to take shit.
Yeah,
We're supposed to be and so on.
it's kind of fresh. I take mine out for a week.
Yeah, I wanted 10 day I pay extra for
Not
10
that.
days, yeah.
Oh, okay.
A chef,
I find if you the longer it
out,
hangs, the
comes
more
out.
moisture comes out of it. It's a nice.
what he's going to put on the plate. So if he makes a
The
mistake,
the cuts look nicer too.
he puts it into the soup pot.
We
So
did
there's
7
never
days
any
and then I
mistakes.
started doing 10
So
days.
he's not.
Someone told me 10 days and I thought I did 2 pigs that way.
90% of the people I know that are in the trade as a chef, their stuff they don't even worry about because them on the bones and everything else. It's all going into my bones are going to be clean. So therefore, I'm going to get the maximum out of it for retail.
It's almost
or
like
for
lard.
curing.
You can faintly see the
Two totally different ways of doing it. Both ways are right.
So so you just follow this, like he was talking about, like the flank, and like you can see kind of like the shape of the leg. So I kind of like follow my knife all the way, and you'll see it just kind of seams through everything.
Lots of glands in there.
Yeah. You could like pick up all this stuff too when you go.
So thinking about keeping this round maybe here,
Right.
so that you don't, so you can preserve the.
Right. You just want to keep the integrity of all your muscles, right? And there's like a natural, like I call it spider webs, or you can call it whatever you want, that holds it all together, right?
Fascia. It's like when you get plantar fasciitis in your feet.
when I first
Yeah.
Same thing. It's that kind of silver skin, right?
Yeah.
Probably 1 year.
Tissue.
So basically, I'm just gonna like clean this back so it lines up with this, right? So I can do like one fell swoop through with my knife later. Because biggest thing that you don't want to do is when you start to cut like your slices, like in your steaks and stuff, is to do one of these, because you'll start to get lines in all your cut. You want to have one good, clean. Yeah.
So you're trying to harvest. What are you trying to harvest here? Are you going for?
All I'm
prosciutto,
doing
or?
is I'm separating the belly from the leg, and then I'll take this whole back primal off, but then you'll have like a natural,
And the next thing I know, I got all these people coming and saying,
like the whole leg for all of its,
Whatever you
So
want.
either
Yeah.
the Futo or the Culito
Oh, yeah.
and the Fiocco,
So,
but I think he's trying
a lot of fat and stuff in there. So
So what is? So you said this is a flank. What are we going to use that for? What's the?
You could like I keep it on my bacon when I do bacon.
Yeah.
But like you could like I've took it off before and like barbecued it and it's chewy as fuck, to be honest.
You can see us.
Yeah, like you'd have to tenderloin or tenderize it and marinate it for like a few days to be able to like get something that's worth it. But really, you get an extra 1/4 inch out of your bacon if you leave it on, so it's a better.
And that's what you're going to do now. You're going to leave it on.
I would leave it on the
Okay,
belly,
so that's
like
good.
to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, the way he's doing it is totally different than what I do, and this is why we're both doing it.
Yeah.
Good.
It's to give you ideas.
Sure.
Literally. Take what you see, what he's doing. If it's going to work for you, do it.
Absolutely.
If I'm doing
You might
it,
even learn something.
I do it.
Well, let's not talk crazy.
hey, listen.
That's crazy talk.
These foreigners, they don't listen.
That's what Kevin said to me. Which is one of the prestigious clubs in Vancouver. Not anymore because of the steps that left. Gentle strokes, sir.
Please, yeah.
That's what she said. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I didn't realize we were in mixed company. I thought they were all far
I'm
away.
one of the guys. You're good.
You're here too. You're lurking
I work
beside
in
me.
a kitchen. Like,
Oh, okay, we're good. We're good then. All right.
And I'm definitely
She's
keeping
heard
that
worse
in the final.
So how did you identify where you're cutting there? Well, that one you just
So yeah, I just go from like the where it bends. So every single pig, they'll all do the same thing, right? So I just go back one vertebrae, and then so in here you'll run through. So you'll go through your loin. So always cut your bones with your saw, and always cut your flesh with your knife.
Probably 7 days.
So there's going to be another joint in here that I'm going to get to, but I'm just going to do like my first like everything with the knife, and then I'll hit it with my tip, and then I'll come back with the saw again to go.
So at this point, you're cutting, you're bifurcating the muscle. You're going right through the muscle.
Yeah, so at this point, if you can tell, like all the prosciutto, right? So I'm way ahead, so way away from this. So this is like your sirloin, right? If you're like a steak or beef. So this I would just grind up, all like seam it out later, take all the pieces out because it's riddled. You'll see it's like 4 different muscles coming together and like blue like tendons and stuff. It's you would never want to like grill it up or anything. So, but yeah, so.
is that you use that for sausage?
Yeah, I normally do. Yeah, you could like marinate it and like make a roast or something.
But this is back fat, and you can use that as to supplement.
Oh,
your,
yeah.
Your sausages, or your salami. Or
Yeah, totally. So like that could be turned into lardo or something like that, and then I'll eat like if I'm making like an andouille or something, and I need like 10% meat or something. Maybe it would be this. If I didn't get enough within like cutting your salami, like all your fat always has a little bit of meat in it, right? So yeah.
Okay, so why not just take your saw and just ram it through there? Like, is there a reason?
Tooth on it you possibly can, which is 18, 19 points to the inch. It works the same as our meat sauce, no different. This is a 24 inch.
I thought someone was going
If you're picking up a hacksaw, thank you. Get the biggest blade you can, which is usually 18, 19 inches.
So I can just steal those from work.
Wasn't there some talk about a reciprocating saw?
I'll take that.
Yeah, because we were going to have
stealing part.
Oh shit!
Oh, the pigs were going to come
Yeah,
off.
but I got a phone call yesterday asking if they had
Right beside the bone, huh?
You're a tough guy, eh?
couldn't move them.
You just grabbed this and lifted a
The
bit.
gentleman that runs the butcher shop or the slaughterhouse is older. He's in his 70s.
Not my hand.
And he was the only one there that
Okay.
So he couldn't move a 400-pound pig.
So you were able to get them sliced. Was that your preference to bring them in like this?
That was Robert's actually.
What a
He
prosciutto
said,
that would
"Fuck."
You cut that right.
His exact
Yeah.
words were, fuck.
I would-
cuts.
If they were going for his own use, then they don't need the stamp.
I went
But
to
being in the slaughterhouse as an ex-health inspector, yeah, they would have to have a stamp on.
I went
Hey, double A. He's like, what?
A little bit different. So when I if you want to keep things like straight, you could like you could cut it all and then follow your bones, and then you'll be left with like this belly with a huge angle on it. So what I do, I find where the back of the shoulder ends, and I'll stick my knife through, and I'll cut my straight line, and then there's a joint, like the front of your like rib cage here, right? That you have to cut through, and then the back. So you're only trying to cut 2 separate points, and then do the rest of the work with your knife, or you're gonna like get this weird angles and like all this sloppy crap.
That's what we were doing.
Little things like that.
It wasn't given to me then. That's right. Yeah, that's how I butcher.
And a lot of times it's when
It's funny because this doesn't look like a boning knife. I know it is, and I know it's a good cook. It's not.
So what you kind where to start?
So yeah, so this is like I'll do one punch through, and then this is gonna go like right through the back of the shoulder blade. I'm just counting here, but I'm gonna flip it over and look at it because he counts his. I just look at the side and then just put mine through. So
little tricks that we learned.
They have different Suzuki or whatever. Same with the planes, the hand planes. If you watch them playing wood, they plane towards themselves.
I know that the real
So,
Japanese
can I ask you a question? So, like these
on one side.
dents, that's not indicators of where to cut?
Yeah.
for
Like, do you follow that, or is
well, that's what
that-
I'm saying. Like, if you follow this, you're gonna wing out your belly, and you're gonna lose all your belly on here. So I put that through because that's my line for my copa. I'm gonna flip it over, and I'll have a hole in the skin, and then I just pull and do everything. Because if you follow your bones at this, they're all going one way, and your muscles are going the opposite way.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of
You want to
like
follow the muscles.
think about it later because you're gonna bone all this out, right? The bones don't really matter; they're just holding it together, essentially. Unless you're gonna do like a bone-in chop, then you might run it differently. But like, yeah, I'll show you.
Pointing his finger, see him like great. It's just like
It's cold.
I don't touch your what? I missed it. Wiener?
There's children around. I was gonna say something else.
I don't know what he's actually doing. I know he's cutting totally different.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like square it.
Yeah, no. I mean, like I said, they have to see other ways of doing it.
Yeah, no, totally.
I'm sure somebody's done it before. Yeah.
But it's Robert's.
So this will all come up, and then in here, it like there's the shoulder blade bone, and it will like literally go down to cartilage. Like you can cut through it with your knife, and like that's what we'll find. So right about there is about where your 7th, right? You'd say?
Move your hand. Yeah.
There's my knife hole.
Okay. What I'm looking at, because he's got it this way, is the shape,
Right. That's how I go by.
and that'll be how we would take our shoulder off on lambs. So this cartridge will be right in here.
Exactly. So I'm just doing it this way, so I get like this perfectly square, and I'll bring it down. You get all this belly and stuff.
Can you find out if you pull on the?
On this?
Yeah. Can you see a little bit better where the shoulder is?
Well, basically, put it on Stu for a sec.
I can see it. Trust me.
So if you do it this way,
You won't see it like he's.
you can see the movement underneath the.
Yeah. See?
One of the ways that we were taught as students at school
Yeah.
is look at the surface, but look under the surface. Look what's underneath there, so you know where your bone structure is.
Yeah.
Once you realize where it is, then you can see it, and you know that it's going to be right in here.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Thanks. Sorry to
Now,
interrupt.
when you're looking at this stuff, how much variety do you have from pig to pig? Exactly where you're cutting
Breed to
this?
breed.
Well,
I mean, obviously the muscles are the same, but they're all
For
pigs
sure,
gonna
like,
have different muscle sizes and things like that. So,
yeah,
right?
like there's like large blacks that will have like long, like it's all the integrity of the muscles, right?
Exactly.
You're trying to keep.
You want your high quality cut.
Yeah.
Should the belly, obviously, right? You want
Yeah.
to save as much belly as you can.
Looking to
Because that's
Yeah.
what sells.
Well, exactly. And at first, like when I was doing them, I would just like literally just like cookie cut it, like boom, boom,
And I think
boom.
that's the mistake we're making, is because we don't do that, right? It's just like, okay,
Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Snip, snip, it's gone.
real
All
restaurant.
grim.
Exactly.
That's not every restaurant.
See, like,
Pound or two or whatever it is.
what, like, you could do this. There's 100 different ways to do
Like
it
I
right.
said.
Like, I could lift this and take the leg, and there's no muscle or no bone that holds this in place. So I could like butterfly the whole thing, and you'd have like this short leg, and then I could roll out the copa, and then cut it, and then do it that way. But it's like, I don't know. I like to always keep these on because they're like the handles to move everything. But some people will do it different.
Yeah.
So
Can you do prosciutto?
you'll like notice under here, there's like kind of like where the armpit and stuff is. The belly like runs right into here, right? So like I'll do the same thing I did with like the front leg.
Armpit. Pig doesn't have an armpit.
As I'm looking at it.
It's got 4 armpits, just in case.
It's a hoof pit.
You sure Robert was able to sharpen that knife up okay for you?
Oh, I wouldn't let him touch it.
Is it really your knife? Yeah. Oh, I'm mistaken. Because you got one similar for your retirement.
Oh, that's
Oh, that one. No.
You got a Shan boning knife for...
No, it's not a boning knife. No, it's totally different. I would never use that as
So
a
what
boning
kind of knife is that? Like you call it a boning knife?
No, that's a common purpose old use knife.
Oh, okay. I thought it was your knife, Robert.
No.
My apologies.
What kind of knife do you prefer, Spanish or German?
See that on commercial pigs or what?
Actually, what I
No.
grew up with is the Swiss
Skin off
knife.
and then
Swiss?
Yeah, Veterans. Is what I grew up with.
So
most
like
of my
I'm all the way
veterans.
through. If I were to do it the other way, right? So I would lose this much of my bacon, right? So this is all like, you see what I'm saying?
The other way,
like
meaning
if I just
follow the
went
rib.
one fell swoop through, like this is like be on the leg now, and you know, so you could have this. You could trim it up square later if you want, and you put it into like a sausage or whatever. It's great, but so
this one, I'm just gonna step in there. You're all the way right through the.
yeah. So there's a bone there, right?
That's the each one? Or no, sorry. The,
No,
the
this
shoulder
is
bone?
the
Blade?
7th rib there.
Oh, that's the rib, okay.
Yeah, and then comes through, and there's all of these. So sorry, I don't want to.
This is the most difficult cut. Where you cut it.
Flip back over and
How to figure it out.
No, slide it in.
I've never messed with the front end. I've only messed with the back end, so this is all new.
It's almost like I'm thinking fish, right? When you,
Slide it in.
Yeah, no.
you fillet a fish without
Yeah.
gutting it. You just like a bass.
The reason I'm doing this, guys, is due to the fact is weight works.
Yeah, like
Use its own weight.
pull your yeah.
My dog would be going nice right now.
No, it's on the table. It doesn't touch nothing. It's very good.
We don't normally do this, I'll tell you that now.
I do.
She'll eat some. As long as I don't have to have my knife near your leg, we're okay.
That's it.
She's patient.
Yeah.
Thanks, Phil.
Can I
Didn't
grow
eat any
pig
dog
for my
food.
own, for my backyard, or I have to get permission from the
Downtown Toronto, you're allowed to
No. To grow.
You could bone all this out first.
It depends on your body.
That's the way I do it.
Yeah.
There you go. What
Okay, slide it
location
in.
you're in.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
The inspection applied to you too, like so that's where the
If you're doing it just for yourself.
Yeah, so the copa starts right here.
right. I'm saying
And then
That's the tail end of it, Phil.
As long as you're the one
okay.
that
That's where your poke
this
point
is where
starts.
the copa is right here.
yeah, your copa is
more so than having a big party.
You're not supposed to
We will
do
have a big party.
Yeah.
So preparation?
Really? Yeah. Lady Bick?
You've never.
No, this was the head commercial head I did. I don't know if you saw the post I did.
I cut the head off a chicken.
Sausage meat, and
That's about it.
slow cooked it, and
It's
then,
like
then pressed
what's
it.
with an
axe?
Chris Varner, yeah.
Not quite
Yeah,
mid.
he was my inspiration. Well, actually, Scott Ray was my main inspiration, and then Chris Varner helped me along the way.
First time we did it.
And God, like,
All that extra stuff. So you kind of trim them up.
yeah, that's what it is.
Most of the meat off. Really?
yeah. You just cut it. Do we want to leave the bone in on this one, or what do we want to do?
You're doing whatever you want.
Okay, cool. All right.
Business or something?
I really don't know what he does. I talked to him quite a fair amount actually. About
Yeah, I just bought
the
this property, so we're looking to move up to New Brunswick.
he's sort of eating it.
What?
I have this goose, right?
Oh, yeah.
And ever since,
So they play hard.
yeah, no, this is pretty good.
Absolutely. Did you have chicken or
We just had, we had geese.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember having that. That was very good. We had pigs on it.
Oh, yes, they're
Killing
everybody's
it
best
sucks,
friends there. It's
Pigs,
wonderful.
yeah. I don't know if you, and if you do it right, they go right down.
Apparently we didn't do it right because it was. I still remember to this day, and it was like the most horrific thing I've ever
Yeah, it's not.
like,
The last one, I missed the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to pay so many people to do so many
No,
things, so it's money out of your pocket.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's hard to tell tone on.
So he's got pretty much perfect.
I remember one.
Your first lesson is usually a little bit
I said, someone was posting a horse on the horse meat. And I said, well, you can have the horse meat. It's not my favorite thing. And all of a sudden, oh my God, I got all this backlash. And he's like, yeah, it was obviously I had struck a nerve. And people said, how dare you? Because this person was from Australia. Or I don't know where they were from. But how dare you? It's one of our best meats.
This out, or like take half your belly off. Like if you look around this side, there's like a line where like you get that spiderweb stuff again, right?
Yeah, he's actually.
So you'd like just seam that out, and then you'd have nice pork ribs.
So these are the rib. Where are the rib bones?
This is right in here.
There. Okay.
Yeah. So like,
Scrambled off and you got ribs.
yeah, you would like you would start it here, right, and then that
So
would be
you
your.
could like you cut deeper to get like a rib cut. Like,
Yeah, so if you come around here, you look, so your belly, right? You come right around, and your belly's here, right? And then there's this seam, right?
Yeah.
So this muscle, if you left it on here, then you'd have your ribs.
Okay.
I'm cutting it off because I like my belly extra thick.
Okay.
So
Maximize your belly.
exactly, you get thicker, better bacon.
And then would you still keep meat on for back ribs or?
You know, the thing is, like, this gets back to like the best thing that you could do for the one side of it. Like in a restaurant, when I get it, I'm only getting half of a pig at a time, right? So it's not feasible for me to do a rack of ribs. So like one customer gets, you know what I mean?
You're going to use that for soup.
Yeah, I'd like make ramen broth or something with it, or like you could like leave a little bit on and then cut them up, and then like if you have a good saw, and make like little like bones like that big, and just like marinate them and then sous vide them and then fry them. You have like nice, like throw a spice rub on them after, and you have like a little amuse or whatever.
Is that
right?
like short ribs?
Yeah, it would be like a little like
Short break appetizer.
yeah. So
But if you're doing like for barbecue, it will be different cut.
yeah, if I
You
was
put
doing it
more
for
meat.
myself, right? If it was just like I'm gonna like put this in the freezer, I would take it to the next like layer, right?
Okay.
And then I would have this, and I could like put it in. I have a thinner belly, right? And then it will roll easier, and to like do like a porchetta or something like that, it would be easier. But like I said, my name on Instagram is Bacon Stretchers, so I stretch the hell out of all my bacon.
I prefer the ribs not to have all of that meat on it.
Yeah, see, that could be like you make like a pasta, right? You make a nice broth or something, and you put these.
Meat for something else. And
Yeah.
you just barbecued a nice slab of ribs.
It's nice tender meat, too, being so close to the bone.
Yes.
So
This is kind of where I start to screw up here. Once you get up to the spine, yeah.
yeah, so Robert will probably show you a better way, but
John. Let me put it this way. I won't say a better way. I'll show you a different way.
that's true. Yeah, there's no wrong way to do it.
Nothing's wrong.
Yeah, you've never seen me butcher.
Just different techniques.
That's
There's
it.
no wrong way.
You learn these techniques as you work.
Yeah, when you end up with more sausage meat than you do full cuts,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the wrong way. That's how I butcher.
That's
Can I
the
ask
wrong
a
way.
question about
I can
meat
show you how to
safety?
do it wrong.
Can I ask a question about meat safety?
Yeah.
How come you're not throwing a temperature laser on these things? Like, is there no issues with having meat?
Oh, trust me, it was driving me nuts.
Really?
That's because he's in a
It's still
restaurant.
cold though. Like if
Yeah.
you feel this in here,
It's about 60 degrees.
Yeah, I just wonder what the
Well, I
protocol.
looked
Like,
at
how
it,
come
like-
you don't have
and
a?
I'm like,
Like
you
I've
got
got
4
I've
hours,
got
we're
one of
good.
those guns there, the laser guns that tells me that, you know, yeah. I mean,
The bodies
just keep your eye on
can't
it.
be released from the butcher until they're 4 degrees Celsius.
I mean, they're cool.
As cold as 4 degrees.
So these ones had to go into a freezer because it usually takes my butcher 3 to 5 days to get them down that cold when they're this big. So I put them in the freezer to get them down. If you look on the receipt, it actually states that they were 3 degrees when they left the freezer this morning.
On a beer crack.
Well, if the sun was beating on it, I wouldn't want to work in the sun beating.
No, if it was a sunny day, we'd be more concerned,
yeah,
I guess,
I
huh?
think so. I would.
Which is why I brought so many bags of ice.
Neat. So you're
do it a little bit different.
yeah. So you always attack the ribs though from that side and work your way this way. I tried to do it the opposite way and I screwed right up.
Well,
the same
I
thing
find the best thing to
from
do
this
is
way.
you just use it as
When you
your
pull it up, though, it's easier
your
to
guide,
follow
right?
the rib.
And you just one at a time, and
I've seen
you know.
a guy grabbing it from here and just,
Oh yeah, use the tip.
just turn it around and just pull it. And I've seen a
Oh, for sure.
That makes sense.
There's
seen a
100 different
video on
ways to
it.
do
The
it.
guy just turned the whole thing around and just pulled on the rib and just.
Watching a video is very simple, but when you do it,
I understand
it's
that.
totally
I
different
understand.
stroke.
Yeah, it's like
European, they just bone the bone. They
It's the way I was taught back home, literally. Because
save most of the meat on the belly.
yeah, the meat is the most expensive stuff, so you've got to keep it where it's needed. Bones only went for soup, so consequently
Should we just
they went to the scrap yard.
Marshall
They come out pretty
we
clean.
use that.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a certain tool that's like cupped, and they just
Marshall
put it in there.
You shave it almost.
Yeah. I mean, the bone comes out white.
We bought them
Like, wow.
2 years ago.
That belly's got
And
all
we
of
just
it.
started getting landscape quotes. So as a biologist and an arborist.
Oh, my dogs would have this on the ground.
Because the ribs come in here.
so right. I could bone this all out and take it literally to here. You'd have like the whole loin.
Why only to there? Oh, because
Because you're gonna get a nasty bit in here, right?
Yeah, it's finishing somewhere.
Yeah.
The other one is not so good.
Interesting.
That'd be a nice lunge. Look at that fat on it. Oh, nice.
So there's like a couple things you could do here. Like I personally, when I do like mine for charcuterie, I just follow the line. So like I would see how there's like this natural line here, right? I would just cut that all out. I'll take this out in a second, and then I would just cut a slice and then like make sure that like it's a whole loin, right? And then that's where I'd end it, and this will go to sausage. And then see how I like brought this out, like when I cut it off of here, and then at the back. So now I have all that extra bacon. The flank's kind of hanging off. We can put that in the sausage or something and trim it up. But if I didn't do it that way, I would have had, this would have been straight, but then you would have had like this much, it would have been substantially smaller. And like if I'm gonna sell the bacon, I wanna like, if I'm doing it for 15 bucks a pound, if I cut this off, I'd probably say that that's probably like 12 ounces. In my head, that's 12 bucks. So.
You try to save as much as possible.
Exactly.
You get your money's worth out of it.
So you got when you cut if you cut that loin off there, that's what it's called, right? Loin.
Yeah.
Will you keep a little bit of fat on that, or you
If
try
this, if this is for like my chamber, skin on, fat cap on, all of it.
for your chamber?
Like if I'm gonna like age
dry
it.
it.
Like
And would that be Alonso? Is that what
Yeah.
it's called? Yeah.
That's your lunch.
or yeah, there's but the thing is, I find if you're selling it like to the general population, like in a restaurant, you sell that nice like bit of fat on it, people are like, what the hell?
Yeah,
I
what
bought
a-
a 12-ounce steak, I don't want all this fat. Us, we would eat it and be like, oh, this is amazing, right? Give me more of it. So what I end up doing, I'll just seam the whole thing out and I'll have all this fat. I end up getting like 20, 30 pounds of andouille by the end of it, right? Because a little bit of the bacon trim and then the fat cap or lardo, right? And then, you know,
You end up making nduja out of it.
yeah.
What, Nuja?
You know, spreadable.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce these things. Nuja.
However you say it. People have been trying to figure it out for years.
Good stuff.
Yeah, Nuja. I've never had that.
Dialect.
I brought some.
Oh, I see. From
I guess it's not mine anymore.
Puglia. Puglia.
Specifically or no?
The Puglia.
I still don't understand the word. It's a I think it's got Calabrese dialect, what they call
You do understand, but you need to have a sound or a good thing.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Both my
How'd you
parents
know?
came from Prague. Me, I was born in Toronto. I was born in Orange.
Have you been to Prague?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Sausages in Germany and
Where from?
Czech Republic.
Bari carbonara.
I'm still looking for a good recipe from Czech Republic.
Soccer in this town?
What?
Soccer in this town?
Soccer? Yeah. They fight over it. I don't know why. It's just a stupid game.
We're good at one point, but now they suck.
Guys, the one thing to watch,
That's kind of what the group
watch how
You get two guys arguing about the soccer game. They can sit there in piazza for
Not
3
cutting
4 hours.
himself.
well,
They still
that's
do
another
nothing.
classic. I have a few band-aids, but not too many. But like I say, watch how Stu uses his knife. You're gonna kill me, yeah.
Just call me John.
Yeah, John.
So no, what do you mean? What do you mean specifically? Like watch the technique, watch the fact that he's not doing a lot
I'm
of-
only using like this part of like my knife. Like sometimes I get in there like, but what he's saying, if you use this part of your knife, if you notice all my bones, probably not going to be as nice as his, but
And
like
that's why I'm saying
you want to have
watch-
the always like if you want to be a better butcher and like do things, your bones be cleaner is a better butcher.
And that's why I'm saying
So,
watch how he uses
less
his
of
knife.
this,
And the end.
less cuts in your meat.
Right, and that's what I was saying. Like now, all of this, if I want to do like steaks and stuff, there's nothing in my way. I can do straight lines, everything, you know, and it's rested, it's relaxed. You're gonna get a better cut. If you start to do this, like I would even say like seam out this like Lonzo, and if you're gonna do chops, roll it in Saran wrap as tight as you can. And then so it's all together, and when you start to do your slices, all your slices are going to be even.
Slice it through the Saran wrap.
Yeah, all like, and then you get like nice, perfect steaks every time.
Yeah.
And instead, you're doing it like this. You take a slice, and all of a sudden, you're gonna get these like
Bean there.
coasters,
Yeah,
right?
well, it's like half an inch on one side and an inch
Right.
on the other. And
So
it's
you
like
take
shit.
the whole lanza and just wrap it in the saran wrap.
Just wrap it in Saran wrap, and then and just pull it, and and then if you have some on the end, just roll it, and it comes all nice and dense. You slice it, it relaxes, you get these perfect steaks.
You put it in the fridge to
Yeah. See this fat? It's different than this fat. This fat is like pastry fat. This is like what you'd like make, you know, your nice pie and stuff like that. Yeah, you don't want to put this into the salami. No.
No, because what happens is well, I get this from Robert, is that it renders at a much lower temperature as well.
Oh.
And it makes it, you know, the
Put it in your
sausage
hand
gets
and
all-
you just
oh, I
do
know,
this, and
leaf-
it's already
leaf like-
melting in my hand. Like,
Yeah,
That's why a lot of guys, you see their sausage gets a fat smear because somehow they put some of that in there, and just by the time you work it, that thing is just starting to melt already.
That's right. And even salami, you don't put that in salami.
No.
That's not
Exactly,
good.
that's exactly what I'm saying.
The only,
It's
the only
fat
thing
smear.
that actually
in
goes
salami,
into
what?
salami is back
From
fat,
the bull?
nothing else.
yeah.
Is the fat from the bull?
From the back.
The back
Oh,
fat.
from the back.
Yeah, back. But this is leaf lard, and that's good
Yeah.
for pastries, but not good for salami.
Right.
This is actually, this is like, this
That's
is
the
nothing
best
better
thing
than
is
that.
deep
nice
fryer.
looking salami. Or
Yeah, I render it down
The
and I
meat
put them in
does not
jars, and that's what I use in my
get
deep
together
fryer.
because of
Yeah.
that.
I
use
don't
it.
buy vegetable oil. I use pig fat.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
thing too with like this
There's nothing wrong with
is
that.
like I find when you're making bacon, it's softer too. So you're not gonna like if you're gonna like slice it, you're gonna get this bacon that like you know starts to like come apart and like you can see through it.
What's
You're not
that,
gonna get
this
those.
fat?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
stuff.
that's bad. What do you do with that?
Well, I don't know. Render it out.
Do you?
Use it to confit some stuff. You know.
Render
So
it down and use it for oil.
yeah.
The same thing as that.
Yeah, exactly.
Candles. Take some candles in.
So what I do for this, I'll take this out. So I put it. That's where my line is, right? That's you see how you get the whole loin in there. I come back here, and then there's a line there, right? And then I just
One cut and you're done.
for the skin. There's your
It does
mom's.
have a lot of. So is that unusual, Roy or John?
Roy. What's that?
John Roy. Is that unusual to have that much fat on a meal like that?
Not on the Herefords, no. On
that's
the
pretty good.
Tambors we used to, yes, that would be.
Skin on will protect it. It's better. And like I personally like you're getting a 50% to 50, right? So you get 50% fat to 50% meat. And one is just dry aged. It's gonna render in your mouth like butter. Like you've had some of them, and it's like, and then the meat is a little bit of texture with some flavor profile. Yeah.
My question for you is, would you worry if you're going to backpack, do an EQ on that? Would you worry about getting rid of the hair? Because
Your hair's not gonna come off.
Okay, no, my worry was with the guanciale I did, it had a fair amount on it, and you could smell the burnt hair, and I was worried that maybe that smell might come into.
Oh, like perfect, like go through into the meat. I've never found that. Like my wild boar. When I get it, you'll get this. Like this is nothing. Like I've seen it a lot worse than this, and I've never had an issue with flavor.
Because I noticed the smell on one of my guanciales, and I was like, I don't know. So I shaved it just to make sure. That I used to skin them, but now I do. It is much nicer.
Bees like bacon.
Yeah. The yellow jackets. One of them flew away with an actual chunk of meat.
Sweet stuff.
So that's. So sorry, you would not even like touching this. What would this half be? $250, $300?
Give or take, yeah.
A couple bucks in delivery and
$4
cleaning?
a pound plus butchering.
Okay, so after everything, say $350, right? This would pay for everything. Not even to count my copa, not to count my hocks, my cheek, my belly. Like if I do a square of this on a plate, like by the time...
You still got the leg as well.
Yeah, I haven't even touched the leg, yeah. Basically, like the reason why I do it as a chef, not only because I like it, but like this, I'll buy for $350 and I'll make like 10 times the amount back. I'll make $3,500 off.
Easy, if not more.
Yeah.
That's are you doing prosciutto from this one, from the left?
I could, or I could just bone it out and put it in a brine for 7 days and sell it as a ham, and people will still pay $15 a pound for it.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
I'm getting $10 a ham steak.
The thing is, too, is like nobody's doing it, right? Him and I can charge whatever we want because you're not going to get it anywer else, too, right?
It's not
to be like rash or anything,
whatever
but
we wrong, whatever we want. Basically, what we want to do is. It depends on how much you're going to let him eat.
Well, he eats like a dog.
I was surprised.
Well, feed him dog food then.
He gets the scraps.
Some bones.
Robert, I was surprised. We were in Spain, and I bought hamon in store, regular store, for €10 kilo.
Yeah.
And another store, it was. What it is my question.
The difference is how it's being produced, and I mean
age.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Caratello, okay, on the Po River, that particular place. Look how much stuff he's got in there. Okay, it is in there for
High maintenance.
Well, it's not high maintenance.
Well, just the maintaining of the
yeah, I mean, you've got to walk around and check and make sure everything's.
18 months, no?
Yeah, the minimum.
So that's, that increases the price.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was impressive. Like 10 legs hanging behind the butcher.
Yeah.
One €120, and then all the way to 15.
Depends on the age of it.
The age of it.
It could be 1 year, 2 years.
Yeah.
Could be 6, 8 years. It depends on the age of the.
For me, even for $10, it was delicious. But I can imagine how much.
I can't believe it lasts that long. It just seems like it would be wrong.
No.
Like I would die if I ate that.
I got 3 Caratellos at home. They've got to be upwards of close to 2 years right now, and I've still not touched them.
You didn't bring one?
No.
You're not going to bring good stuff. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, exactly.
I brought the small one.
Yeah. More it's going to cost.
I have no idea at all.
And especially if you keep it in a storage where you have to refrigerate. it's all money. Somebody's got to pay for that. The longer it takes,
It is.
the longer it's
And
gonna
I need
take.
to get paid for my wages. I've got to live.
You got to go
I don't
and
wanna
check
live high
on
off
it.
the hog.
Exactly. You got to go check on it. Like I said,
living
maintenance.
high off the hog.
Or should I say upkeep?
And you have to think of
Flying down for the weekend in your private jet, eh?
Give you a gold star for that one. That was a good one.
Robbie, living high off the hog. Isn't from this?
Yeah,
He told
high
us
off
that
the
it's
hog.
not for barbecue, not for.
Maybe that's
It's
where it
not
comes.
enough meat. What you do for this?
Upkeep.
I
What is a
could
normal?
make
Those guys,
bacon.
those guys have
If
got
I
the
go
old
to
These guys can come and
amazing.
Never
They're in the environment that
and obviously
you can never duplicate it here.
I would say boil it because in the old days we
gotta
used
be
to boil it.
close.
It can be pretty
Well,
close.
yes, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Like with mountains, but also sea air.
That's why everything.
it's the sea air also.
And then
That's just the top part of the spine.
and then the bacteria they have there. You know, we have here.
You got the peninsula in the middle of two oceans. There's always constant air. I'm going there by the end of the month. Yeah, I'm going there for a month. Not because I want to, but it's just family matters that I need to
Very,
take care
very
of.
friendly, easy to work with.
And I found out, oh my God, it's completely different place. Completely different.
Villa.
No, no.
Light us all up.
Who was asking about the
That's all
cola?
we've spoken for already.
Everybody. I made a few.
You cannot cook.
I want to see how you take it out. That is the drawback.
So
My whole problem.
there's your cheek, right? So
Yeah, kind of like this.
yeah, see how it comes around
Round it out.
like this. So I never do this great. I'll be honest with you. I always cut a bit of the back of the cheek off, just because I want to keep the copa. I don't care about guanciale. Like people love it. You know, it's you know, sorry,
It's like the ribs. It's like the ribs. You get two little guanciale out of a big pig as opposed to a copa is going to generate more money.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's my favorite cut of meat across the board in any pig or any animal. So,
Would you not turn it around and follow that cheek roundness?
no, because I have my eye on the copa
I'm
right
saying
here.
when you cut the.
Oh, you could, yeah.
Because then you can follow the cheek correctly.
Sure, yeah. We
Once
can do
again,
that.
he says he's more important with the copa. He wants to keep his eye on the copa so he doesn't hit that.
So, like,
So you can see it better.
no, you're right. I know what you're saying.
Taking the cheek out is not going to interfere with the copa.
And
because you have 5 acres.
You may take like a chunk like that and it's
So are you on a bone there?
No, it's just the cartilage in the ear. That's all.
But you're following
all the bones
cartilage.
out. The bones are gone.
But you're following a like
Yeah, so like it all came back, and then there's like this is your where the neck muscle ends, right?
Okay, yeah.
Like in the
So
skull, right?
That's cartilage there. So your
Yeah.
your knife was basically using that as your
Yeah,
guide, the cartilage.
right. To get the most out of it.
Stu, are we going to throw those ribs on the
Yeah, if you got like a spice rub or something, throw them on.
grill or
Everybody wanted to get
Smoke salt.
on the grill off to the side, off the
Yeah, throw some salt and pepper and some stuff on them, whatever.
Just take a
Have at them, play, man. So I'm through that, right? So the copa's safe or whatever, right? Yeah.
I had no idea you could eat that.
So
You
you
can get used to your shirt there.
Oh yeah. I brought a change of clothes.
So I need to know how to cook it, and I cook the way my mother and my grandmother.
So I'm just like following that seam again, right?
Well, that's the thing. What do you do with? It's like a dog. What do you do with 400 pounds of meat?
I was
I
advised
guess if you cure it.
chicken wings.
And then it's a big head, man.
It's massive.
oh no,
That's not even a year old. That is like
All right, so
He's eyeing up the cheek.
here, like you can see, there's a line that runs through here, right? Like naturally. So I'm just going to take the tip, and like you're just basically just using
He's Canadian.
the
I never saw that line.
Yes.
Whatever.
where's that steel? Can you pass that steel? Yeah, you're always
To me,
Rat doesn't lose any weight,
that's
right?
right. So I find
Zero.
it's almost raw on the fat side if you leave too much fat. It's like
if you backpack it and let it rest, it will equalize it better maybe.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
There's that cheek. I always do that.
Because the guanciale is always way better after you equalize it. Because the same thing happens if you leave the skin on, and the skin side is soft, and then the other side is hard as a rock, and then you equalize it, and it comes out.
I've got one.
I've got a nice.
I've got one equalizing right now. Actually, in my backpack.
I've got a chunk
first
of guanciale.
guanciale I ever did.
I've got a chunk there I haven't tasted in about 3 months. It's been equalizing.
So all this stuff, guys, that's garbage. Throw it out every time. It's blood meat. It's no good.
You wouldn't try to isolate out some of that, like for sausage or anything?
No, that's garbage. Just get rid of it.
What do you call that? Blood meat?
Yeah, it's blood meat.
Yeah, anything
And that's
arteries.
off of the
Yeah, so it runs around the neck, right? So all your organs and stuff are fed through the arteries that are there, right? So it's just oversaturated.
Full of glands and stuff too.
Yeah, like all of that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
squirting.
Look at the veal with prosciutto.
Oh, it's prosciutto.
So that's essential when you're doing a prosciutto, right? To squirt blood out, right? Basically.
Now you're milking that sucker, right? Hold on.
You should have got a red shirt.
I can bring it back and show everybody. Look like a freaking serial killer when I'm done.
Tenderization. It's the terminology, as Butcher says, we're beating our meat.
Grind it for sausage. Stuff happens. The whole thing. It's
Shit happens, yeah.
the best part. And then the leg, I would just clean it up, and then there's that part I'd probably put in sausage too, and then I'd hang my prosciutto.
Do you eat the ears?
No, we dehydrate them for the dogs.
So what do you do with all these meats? Steve,
Sausage.
what do you do with all these? All
Grind
sausage?
it. Yeah.
Like Fred Flintstone right there.
Pick up anything?
Or something like that, like a prosciutto.
Totally. You could do a short leg. So like you could just pull it out and like the front leg it's not attached to the rest of the skeleton, not like the back legs and stuff. So you can like when it's all together, you can lift the front leg and like seam it all out, and it will just pop right off, and then you have a perfect shape for curing every time.
What would you call that?
It's just a
Front
short leg.
Short leg.
Yeah.
So why everybody is doing the back leg?
It's the money muscle.
Say again? What was the question?
That's the hand.
Why
Oh, I
everybody
see
is
you can
doing
do a
the...
prosciutto with your front leg,
Sure.
but everyone's doing the back leg.
Yeah.
And he asks why.
Because they don't know how to do things, that's all. I mean, that's
Because it's
part
called
of mine.
prosciutto,
I mean,
and
there's no other way
it's
for
made
it.
with the back leg. That's all there is
There's
to
a
it.
lot more connective tissue here than there is in those muscles in the back leg, though, right?
I will
There's a lot
show
of
you-
shit and corruption in here.
There's a lot of
No.
connective tissue.
There's a money muscle in there that a lot of people have been missing.
Okay.
And only due to the fact is I was buying Polness Picnic Inn, which is this boned out from the slaughterhouse, that I looked at something and I was thinking, this is crazy, this is stupid. I can make bacon out of this. So I was making bacon out of it, which I was calling an Ayrshire shoulder bacon because I was using my Ayrshire spice on it, and everybody went crazy. And literally what happened was I was doing it up, cold smoking it, and I was selling it to a pierogi place, and they were using it in their pierogies because they couldn't find anything that quality. Okay? So what I started doing, I take that muscle and I now use it for schinken.
What is that?
Chicken. It's like a speck.
Schinken? German ham.
Okay.
Normally made out of the leg, but a lot of them use the whole pig if it's done properly.
Right.
But schinken speck, you see the one I got there, which is the German one, swallow out the schinken. But if you take that, this would cost me, and I'm roughing it, probably $5 a kilo boneless.
Yeah.
Okay. I can take that one particular muscle out there and charge $40 a kilo.
After curing it.
Yeah, after curing, cold smoking, aging.
But you're doing cold smoking without formaldehyde, without this.
There's no heat, guys.
Uh-oh.
I don't
Now you
care.
get them started.
I don't care.
Don't get them started.
I don't care what those guys on Salt Lake say.
I do when it's 30 degrees out.
I've done it up to 40 degrees.
Oh,
No. Yes.
No. Don't knock it till you try.
I don't know. Some call it
We
special
kill a
steak,
lot
some
of
call it
wasteless
short rib
horses
steak.
just because they broke a leg. That is a
I wanna know
lot
where
of
it
meat
come
being
from.
thrown
Why
in the
waste
scrap.
I don't know, but I can find
Why
out.
are we not using it?
Yeah, it's exactly what I'm saying.
We complain about so much hunger in this world, and we're throwing 1,600 pounds of meat every time a horse breaks his leg in the dump. Why?
You know what? I was in Mongolia and they
Shoot
invited
it,
me for
butcher it,
special dinner.
give it away.
And the tastiest meat was from horse.
in the chicken.
Is it unique flavor or?
Somebody
Yeah,
posted
unique
that on
flavor
Salted
and-
Cured Pig a couple
And,
weeks ago.
and
I missed that.
Rob
one.
Buca in Toronto is doing horse prosciuttos. Like it's a
Like,
thing.
Because there's a huge, it wasn't huge, but he had 8 or 9 cuts on there that it was curing in horse meat.
I'd try it. Why not?
So long as this stuff's in smoothing, it's fine.
Where
Okay,
is that
guys.
the money muscle?
And not
he's talking
killed
about?
with euthanization.
Portuguese what?
They'll show you the complete catalogue.
Oh no.
I couldn't bring myself.
Oh, this it's in here somewhere. I'm not sure which one it is. He's
It's
gonna
Korean.
show me.
Portuguese leech dog too.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I got a lot of Portuguese in my house.
The guy from town, he's Portuguese. He's looking at my friend's dog. He's kind of joking around.
but
And I
you
said,
keep
"Yeah,
some
sorry,
secrets."
he's Portuguese. You guys eat dogs."
No kidding.
I'm not telling you everything.
Guys!
For free.
Guys!
I know.
Okay.
So this is how you would debone it out.
Watch how he's boning out.
Oh, this is tough.
So this is how you would bone out to
You
make
can watch like
your
2 days in a row and still you can do it.
You're stinking schlinking.
Just watch how he's boning out.
So yeah, just kind of use the weight of it. This is not the nicest job I've ever done.
Why not? You're supposed to do your best now. You're supposed to do your best.
Oh, it's over. He's over there.
Hey, we had a 12-minute time limit on this.
Why ain't
We can do a speed
Yeah,
challenge.
you're over 12 minutes.
They're looking at you.
Why don't you use that chain glove? Wouldn't it be safe?
Like a bitch mitten.
What do they call that? A bitch mitt?
At least I knew what you were talking about.
Tell us what you really feel.
Now I want
Over Shinko?
good blade because the way I sharpen, because I only use. You'll see. That's why I say watch
That's
what
the bone
he's
that
doing,
pulls out really nice when you
because
do pulled pork.
he bones out as a chef. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not trying to say
Bone.
So
it's the way he does things. It's going to suit a lot of people.
Throw away all this.
this is all sausage. I'm gonna show you. You guys were asking me this. I'm gonna show you
I'm always
something.
sharpening this.
So see how there's all this? I'm like seaming it away, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get this right. Come around,
You make like a prosciutto out of that.
right?
Because it shapes to your hand.
Shape it properly, yeah.
So all this. We have a garbage around.
Yeah, you can just toss her in there.
Meat.
Yeah, it's all blood meat. It's no good.
Meaning, blood meat meaning.
Just like all the arteries and stuff are going through there, so you don't want to play with that. I don't know. Robert.
Say again, sorry.
Steve Ray always talks about the blood meat that you throw it all away, right? In the collar and in the front of the chest, like in here.
It depends on what you're going to be doing, and I'm saying that tongue in cheek. The reason being is, if I'm just going to grind it for ground pork, then I'll put it into there. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you're using it for the meat for salamis and that sort of thing, yes, it's got to come out. You cannot have crap in it.
Why? What's the difference? Like the blood affects the curing? Or?
Yeah, and you'll have blood spots all the way through.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why you bleed out. Like that's why I was punching at it to get all that. Because if you age your prosciutto for like 18 months and then you cut into it and there's blood in it, you'll have big bruises all the way through it.
Yeah.
It looks like
That
shit.
goes rotten. Didn't
Well,
they have
raw
one?
too,
Some
wouldn't
guy
it?
got
Good.
rotten.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he didn't bleed it out.
You can actually, it actually rots from the inside out. So basically, even though the blood's in there and it's dissipated through, it affects the meat sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes.
You know, I was thinking, can't you get a syringe with some saline water and just put it in the
In the old days,
That's
when
one
we
I
used to
bought.
slaughter the animals.
It's really good.
Came up with
my favorite
I get my
I don't know what's in it.
my injector
You
syringe.
just want to
It's
flat
spicy.
surface
It is
as
spicy, yeah.
possible,
You
but it's really
find
good.
the
the best
arterial
salt penetration.
vein in here.
You see when I do like my back legs, they're completely flat when I trim them. So like when the salt sits on them, I don't put them in the salt box. I just rub salt into the cure, and it will naturally bring the salt into it.
And the actual dose, you don't have to inject like we do with pumps all over.
Family, you don't know.
The kids won't. My wife will.
So that's like sausage.
The arterial into the veins, into the capillaries, all the way through the meat. These are the old school.
You inject right into the
muscles, you can't do it like that, right? You gotta trim all this shit.
The look on her face.
They're spicy. They are spicy.
There's your shoulder hand.
Made my father-in-law cry.
So you could do that'd be a little prosciutto.
Nice one. When he
Right?
Beautiful. Hard on.
And that would probably you'd do 14 months or something on that, and you'd be done. Sure.
This is his penis.
Yeah, and just hang it from there. Or what I do, I'll like, you know, like a noose. Just tie a noose and just pull it, and then put another like double tie it for your hook, and it will slip. And as it dries, it will like continue to like go. And then you don't have any holes, any contamination at any point.
So how long would that take to dry compared to like a regular full-on?
Probably just a couple months less. But you have another prosciutto out of it too, right? So
Yeah. So you're looking at probably a year?
You're probably 16 months if you really wanted to like be committed.
Good.
You could do 2 years or longer too if you really want to commit. Right? Like some of the long-awaited H-bone, eh?
Cooking with it, it's fine.
These things.
Boil it up. No, when you're cooking the sausage, make the cooking.
Well, let's see with the head now.
You want me to?
That is the bit for me.
What part of it? Because I don't have a lot of experience with these.
Like everything, except to take the guanciale. I don't know what to take. I just
Charlie, cook the rest up.
Yeah.
Put it into a pot.
Whole thing?
Put it into the pot. Simmer it. And simmer it for around about 4 hours.
Wrap it in cheesecloth as well,
No.
so you can
Just leave it. Okay.
Your cheek? You don't take it off?
Take the cheeks off. Yeah, that's for guanciale. But put the rest into a pot.
Yeah.
Don't even wrap it. Just put it in.
Oh, I wrap the cheek and like put it in the last
Oh,
hour.
you do-
The
no, no.
simmer, and then you put it through the...
No, I saved that. I cured that.
Oh, okay.
You see what I did where I did the
jowl
whole
bacon.
Yeah, that's gel bacon or
totally.
guanciale. But the head, don't even take the bone out. Put it in as it is, even the ears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing you have to do is take the brain out and the eyes out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the only two things you do. Put it into the pot, simmer it away, 4 hours. Take it out. Head cheese. Now all you're going to do is peel it off the bone.
Yeah.
The sweetbreads you pop out and eat right there and then.
Yeah.
Test things out. Then start chopping it up real fine. Then start putting your spices together and mix it in. Vinegar is one of them. I have a recipe that my mentors actually, it's one of the best ones. Scrape their ears because that's
Throw
all
that
your
into
gelatin.
bones.
And then just put it into a container, let it set. Best thing out.
I did the other way.
All right.
There you go. We're all set.
She hasn't done it for 5 years.
Can you cure it with the bone in?
Never mind.
Steve,
I got a
can you
beggar
cure
to
it
do.
as is with the bone in?
The H-bone in? I don't know.
I heard you can do it like that, but how do you get all the salt in the knuckle and all that shit?
Yeah. But you'd never do it with an H-bone in, eh? It's been done, I'm
It's
sure.
been done, but the biggest problem is you're going to get a lot of problems. You're going to get a lot of rot because
How do you get the blood out? Because most of the blood is coming from the knuckle, from that area, right?
yeah, but the artery's right there.
Yeah.
It's at the surface. It's not underneath. It's at the surface. So you can push it out, but it's still not good.
The doctor said that'll never go back.
But that is really hard to take it out without messing the whole prosciutto. For you, no.
No,
For
guys.
us, yeah.
No, I show you.
Yeah, let him show you. Like, don't judge on me. I've done it like a couple of them, and they've turned out well. But
You see, let me state one thing.
yeah.
What Stu was doing there, I would never ever do.
What's that? What?
And that was cut towards himself.
Oh yeah.
I'm being serious. I get my hands wrapped so hard.
I encased mine and
Yeah.
just filled it with, we'll make it
But as I say, I am like Stu go his own way because
Okay,
he's showing
Stu,
you a
you're doing the
a completely different
with
way.
the same knife, not sharpening it, or you have to sharpen it from time to time?
Oh yeah, I've hit it on my rod a couple times. As soon as I'm like, I can't like, if I have to put like any kind of pressure, then I hit it on my steel. But like, I just sharpened this like 2 days ago, so it's pretty fresh.
Boom, boom, it's out.
It's the dog that's freaking me out the most. All of a sudden you get a blade in it.
You got to do bees of wasp around it. So watch it.
Yeah, I'm not allergic. I'm alright.
Yeah, no, it's just that time of year they're after protein now.
Yeah.
Feasts, you know, those giant feasts and all that. I see them all the time.
You just need a good skunk. Especially selling the franchise.
John, if I were a little younger,
Get them at home.
do it? Yeah.
So what are you working towards on
Right
this?
now.
I'm just
Trying
like,
to do a prosciutto? Or?
yeah. So I'm just working away from the bone. Well, I have
This is the only
this
butcher
guy
I've ever
watching
back,
me.
like.
No pressure, eh?
No, hey, listen. As it says, Stu.
He's only over here giggling.
Oh yeah. Just don't tell him I put down 20 photographs up on Facebook already.
That's fine. I got you to watch after, eh?
I know, and everybody's going to be doing it to me, so don't worry, guys.
And then I'll do one my way after.
Yeah.
So like I'm basically just using my finger to like feel along the bone. I pull the meat away and then I get in as close as I can to the bone.
So that's the H bone?
Yeah, this piece here
The weird
comes
ass
in
shape
through
bone.
here.
Yeah. Big thing to pull in it to take it out. You watch the guys on it, it's perfectly clean, and then you do it yourself. It's like,
Yeah, because you want to keep the whole meat on
So why are you removing this meat right now?
That's the stub.
Retractor muscle. So that's the muscle that.
So what do you do with the penis? Is there a do you make that into sausage?
Listen, you can sell that to the Chinese. It's a delicacy, and I'm being deadly serious. They pay top dollar for that.
For pig penis?
Yes.
They use it to stir their drink.
I know they pay big money for tigers.
Tiger is different story.
Tiger
about
dick.
medicine. This is about taste.
Oh, really?
Delicious.
Pigtails.
Creamy
I had to save every pigtail off the carcass.
Tastes like an eclair.
Yeah.
You mean
You want it
like
in here,
smoked?
Just tell me if I need to
wouldn't
move
pay
my
$10
head.
for this.
No, just if I make it claustrophobic,
You
just
can
tell
buy
me
it
to back off.
in bread
no, use it.
in our German store.
Yeah.
Butcher for smoked. No problem with that. Not very expensive.
The penis.
No. Tail.
Oh, tail, yeah.
That is such a chore for me to do.
The H bone.
Such a chore.
Yeah, you gotta find all the little facial connections. And
Yeah, and you
I
don't
just
want
gotta move.
Went to Dallas, Texas last
you
year.
don't want to make all these little cuts either, but you have to.
Deep fried pigtails.
Just a little nibble on the
Really?
outside.
Just tail.
Just tails.
Because I like also
You
ears.
get 10 for about $15 on a plate. Because like,
That is all slimy.
I didn't think about it, and I tried it. I was like, this is good. So we ordered another plate. We went through about 5 plates that night.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Try that.
See, that's what I worry about, Stu. When I'm doing that, I got my fingers in there, and knife slips.
Yeah, that's why like I keep this, and then like when I'm doing it, my blade's never gonna be like here, right? It's all
Have you ever
like
tried deep frying them yourself?
so.
or-
I put the knife right,
Knife goes in first.
and then
Always in front of it.
so like my finger in there is like this. So like it's just like when you're cutting, you're cutting with your fingers back, right?
Right.
So it's the same kind of concept. Sometimes I'll cut like this, but when I do that, it's like just one of these. It's never something where I would do one of
Slicing
those, right? Because like you hear dudes like shank themselves in the gut and bleed out in the kitchen. It's not a good experience.
Oh, you saw that?
I've walked into people.
You want to see my other belly button?
If you have dogs. Supposed to have dogs.
I've walked into.
Stab yourself?
Yeah.
And 80% of our
I
dollars
no, I had a phone call actually. I was doing
80% of our
I was
dollars
making bacon. I was taking the round up.
between chicken, pork,
And I had a
whatever else
phone
we
call.
have. That's what they eat. Rabbits. A lot of rabbits. They eat a lot of rabbits. So we have rabbits that die or bloat or whatnot. Yeah, I do.
You mean wild rabbits or?
I just sat down and I just carried on working. And literally, felt the knife going and I sucked in, sat down and fuck.
What about there?
Realizing how bad it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
So I took another mouthful of tea and went through, and the girl that was working there, I said, I'll see you later, I'm going up to the hospital, I stabbed myself in the stomach. And I literally was going to go in a truck and drive myself to the hospital. And I figured, no, it's only 7 minutes away, but in 7 minutes I could get into an accident, so I literally grabbed another clock, put it on, went downstairs, got the Chinese lady and explained to her.
Usually you do it faster.
She drove me to the hospital. I was in the hospital. You know, I go in to emergency, I sit down, and
Stu,
Yeah.
usually you do it faster than that?
Usually?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
is it bad? So I don't know. What do you think? I think we need to get you into the
This is kind of my speed. Maybe a little.
Yeah. So you really want to expose this bone, right?
Yeah.
So
dealing with stuff, and this guy's walking with a stab wound into the trauma unit.
Maybe clean up all this.
yeah.
Right up here and stab you.
Yeah, gang fight.
So I was in there for 4 hours, but basically the doctor came around and he said, "What you done?" I said, "Stabbed myself in the stomach." I said, "Can you put a plaster on it? I want to go back."
Alright, so trying to look at it, get rid of some of this shit.
Then he talked to me afterwards. He says, "You were pretty lucky. You didn't actually go all the way through. You stabbed yourself." He said, "I used to be in South Africa." He said, "What we do with the guys over there, because we didn't have CAT scans or anything like that, what we would do was sit them in the corner and check them in the morning, and they're still alive.
Cut it. Hey now.
The death test?
Yeah.
That's effective.
When I made my first project in South Africa, we were invited the client should rest in the heaven.
This is how I left mine, all that meat.
Yeah.
It's
So
awesome.
for me, I'll like trim this down nice, right? So I want that really nice, flat, exposed part, right?
So this is mostly an aesthetic thing almost?
Yeah, so like when I do mine, I want it to be as flat as possible. Any kind of grooves and like inputs and little cavities and stuff is room for bacteria to grow and stuff like that. So the flattest even is less potential later for it to develop any kind of rot or anything like that. So that's why I like, you might say that like I'm losing weight in my prosciutto, but I'm gaining it in the sausage.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing goes to waste.
No.
So in the end, you cut all this?
All
this, you cut it out?
I'll round this. So I'll. You watch. You going home now? Or you want me to send you pictures later? Or what? Jesus.
I thought you were. I thought you were.
You put milk in your cereal, Duro?
I'd step back. He might stab you. He's getting angry.
He's here to heckle.
Oh, I can handle it. I work in the kitchen.
Have you tried to participate in this show, Crazy Chief or whatever on TV? What's the name of this show?
You talking about Ramsay?
Oh.
Different people cook in different ways.
Iron Chef?
Yeah, Iron Chef.
Oh.
Still good.
All right.
10-second rule.
It rolls around in the grass on the outside, right? Roll around on the grass on the inside.
Why you
sausage? Just for
My
trim
house, we
and
have a
stuff.
3-ant rule. If it doesn't have 3 ants on it, it's okay to eat.
Listen, if it's that big, you can fit 3 ants on it. Aunt Sally and Aunt.
So then do you keep some aside to raise for next year? Or?
So yeah, this is like all extra. Had this, bring this back, try to find the seam. See, there's the seam.
Yeah.
Take this. Take it.
But then you're talking about prosciutto. You keep always
Yeah, this will be all
together. But now you're cutting for sausage for different stuff.
No. This is how I get to my prosciutto stock, right?
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's right, man. I just do it and buy it. That's how you know.
You try and you die.
Just eat a little piece, a very small piece. You know, just put it in your mouth and then spit it out, and then try it the next day.
I suppose you could get your meat tested, but I'm sure it would
Well, you
cost
could
a lot of
do.
money.
And it does. But the biggest problem is you can tell by the colour of mould, and I'm not going into that equation. Due to the fact is,
Oh, don't go there.
I've had too many arguments, and I don't agree with it.
So what you're saying is, if I should just send you a picture of every piece of meat and say,
A lot of people
will
do.
I die?
They do, believe me, yeah.
I've done it.
What would you do in this situation
Is this color okay?
when you have the back here that's open? Would you just trim that completely out?
Nope.
Don't touch my.
Why? Why do you need to trim it out?
Because see this?
Yes.
That's gonna just be bacteria, right? Like it could potentially like lose your
Dangerous.
your-
Okay.
I'm a butcher. I don't like working messy surfaces. Sorry.
Oh,
guys.
that's why I needed the water. I never got it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is.
maybe we have to ask them to bring water. Do you like to?
This here is definitely how a chef bones out. I'm not
No,
knocking.
it's fine. It's honest.
I'm not knocking you.
No, it's honest.
But the biggest thing is what I was trying to tell you guys. Look how he's using his knife. The technique and using your knife, you would never come up with this.
No.
No,
Okay.
because using your knife, I'm only using that much.
Yeah.
He's using that much.
Yeah.
Going deeper.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
It's knife control. What we were taught is an extension of your hand. Literally. When he's using a knife, he's using a knife as a chef, and there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not putting him down. I've learned a long time ago. Just because what I do is right doesn't mean to say everybody else is wrong.
Okay.
I'm not even sure whether
You're fine, but
It works, yeah.
I have to say it that way because,
Hey, no,
because I have come across saying, I am only right and you're wrong. It's not that.
No,
Everybody has their own technique. But the way he's using his knife is like a sword. I use my knife this way most of the time when I'm getting into there.
Yeah.
But I'm only using the tip. Again, when he went out, he came out this way
Yeah.
and lifted up.
Yeah.
I come out and I pull.
Right. And you peel.
Yeah, so there's
Yeah.
a big difference. So this never happens.
Really?
Never happens.
Okay.
And that's why,
That's the biggest issue with a prosciutto.
yeah,
If you don't do that right, you'll lose it.
yeah.
So
You, with this, we're going to
You
have
mean
to take,
botulism or whatever?
potential rot.
yeah, I mean, literally, there is. And I mean, literally, I'm going to have to go in and
Carve it right out now.
yeah, I'm going to have to go in more than I would ever do.
Open
Yeah.
it right up.
Because basically now,
You have to open it right up.
and not only that, the pigs are getting warm as well.
Oh, I know. You have to get those other
It
ones
terrifies me a little.
Yeah, I've never done this, the whole leg or anything.
But this will
like
have to
that
be
whole
cooled down
That's great.
Yeah.
and then
Fixed.
trimmed out.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah, that's my bad. Well, that's there too, right?
yeah.
So
But if you put salt in it,
Yeah, you put X amount of salt in it,
Pack more in there than anyone
Yeah.
else going to deal with.
but
So it's okay now how you've...
it's still going to have to be carved down
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
You
this
don't want
is-
all that flappy stuff.
You don't want
to
a flat there,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.